We need to have a little chat. This is from the heart. This isn't scripted. This isn't something that I want you to watch, which will result in you clicking a link or pressing a button or signing up for something. That's not what this video is all about. This video is about speaking from the heart to you about why you see me making such a drastic and major pivot right now when it comes to marketing, branding, building online relationships, when it comes to offering new services via our firm or any of my other companies by using Web3 technology and by wrapping our arms around the metaverse. Bookmark this video because a year from now or 2 years from now, I think you'll appreciate what's happening in front of us in real time, whether you understand it or not right now. In a couple of years, you're going to look back and you're going to ask yourself, why didn't I dive in head first in 2022 after I watched Mitch's video? And let me tell you what I'm talking about. Social and digital has changed everything for my law firm. From 95, 96, setting up our first website, doing bulletin boards, blogging, getting involved with social media, video and live video. Fast forward to today, we built a global brand because I was early in the space for a lawyer. And I approached social differently than other lawyers who did get involved with social media at the same time I did. They simply posted their television ads, whether in a video format or in a written blog post, on the digital platforms. And what I did is I tried to, instead of pushing content out, I tried to share helpful and useful content. I tried to encourage conversations. I tried to build relationships and referral sources from people not only across town, but the other side of the world. I shared my hobbies, my interests, my passions, my kids playing middle school and high school sports and club sports and going live from the soccer sidelines, whatever it might be, baseball diamond late at night, 5 nights a week. I'm glad that's done. But I shared who I am and built relationships with people where they either knew I was a lawyer they could trust, or people in my community that just enjoyed having a friend who happened to be online who was a lawyer. Not everybody can say that. And what I mean is not everybody's hanging around lawyers and doctors and CPAs, right? So when they have a chance to connect with someone like you who's an attorney, that's pretty cool. And if it's a genuine, real relationship, it can be magical. I mean, really cool things can happen with respect to businesses and friendships and things like that. All right. The power of social is what's allowed me to build this global brand that's resulted in a bunch of business coming to my Southern California law firm. Now, you've watched me pivot from traditional social media. I mean, I love social media. I wrote the book on social media, right? I love social media, but here's the thing. Everybody's doing it right now. It's not unique. Having a presence on social media isn't going to make you stand out from your competition anymore. And by the way, there's something even better, 10 times, 20 times, 100 times more powerful, more impactful than social media, and that's Web3 and the metaverse. That's the reason you see me pivoting drastically into these spaces. It's to be an early user of these spaces. It's to figure things out. It's to be known as that lawyer, that consultant, that business owner that's got a presence in the virtual spaces. It's about bringing in digital currency and digital wallets, blockchain technology in different virtual office space and conference rooms into our everyday practice. People are talking about this. And there's something even more important about people talking about this. What's important is it's changing how we're communicating around the world. It's technology unlike anything I've ever seen before. As excited as I was when social media started to evolve and become more mature, this is 100 times more powerful, the Web3 and the metaverse. This is your opportunity to be an early adopter of these new platforms, to embrace this opportunity and build a completely different type of practice, whether it's maintaining your traditional law firm or CPA firm or medical practice, but having a virtual division or department or extension of that practice. It's not only the smart thing to do, it's the best thing in the world I can think of right now, all else being equal, ability, results, all else being equal, it's the best thing that anybody can do right now to put themselves in front of the pack, to build that level of perceived expertise in front of your patients, your clients, your customers, in your community. And now the word community means global community. It's one of these moments, I think, in history where if you spend time doing what I'm doing and double down, triple down, quadruple down on Web3 technology, learn what you need to learn, start understanding and appreciating the power of the metaverse and everything in between, I think I know you're positioning yourself to do what I started to do 20 plus years ago on social media and digital. That's how adamant I am with what's ahead of us. Okay. And so I have intentionally pivoted to learn, do, engage, build relationships, and adopt and use everything I can when it comes to Web3 and when it comes to the metaverse. And let me tell you, Web3 and the metaverse are changing quickly. And that's a good thing, because if you get involved and if you spend time in the same communities that I'm in and you use the technology that I'm using, what's going to happen is within a couple of weeks, okay, this isn't rocket science. Within a couple of weeks, you're going to get comfortable and familiar with all the different technology that you see me using. Your clients are going to be impressed with your ability to offer options to meet in the virtual conference rooms, virtual office spaces, whatever it may be, accepting payment via digital currency, um, taking advantage of blockchain and smart contract technology and how you deliver some of your services, utilizing NFTs, not only for marketing and branding purposes, but also to help deliver your products and services to your clients. These are things that 5 to 10 years from now, everybody's going to be doing. But if you wait until 5 to 10 years to be that professional, that business owner, that individual, that entrepreneur to start doing these things, you're going to find yourself like you may have found yourself with social media. You got in too late, and so it was too hard to get your voice heard above all the noise. I'm telling you guys and gals and everyone else, this is the time. This is the time to dive in to this technology. Okay. I believe this technology is going to have a 10x, 20x, 100x greater impact on humanity, on how we do business, on how you build your business, your practice, whatever it might be, than anything else that's come along in business, in technology. This is a game changer. This isn't a new app. This isn't a new iPhone, okay? This isn't something that's going to come and go. This is something that's layered on top of the existing internet. And because of faster internet connections, primarily 5G, because of consumer acceptance, because of what we've all been through over the last couple of years with COVID and social distancing and remote working, consumers and patients and customers and clients, they're comfortable with interacting over the digital spaces because of the ability to bring down the cost of the services that we deliver by leveraging Web3 and metaverse technologies, which saves the client, the customer, and the patient money. Because of all of these things coming together, this is the moment in time where if you want to do something special, if you want to build a brand unlike anybody else in your business, your profession, your occupation, this is the time to do it. Here's what I suggest you do. Just pay attention to the different platforms you see me talking about. Pay attention to the different resources that I'm sharing, okay? Because I do feel like I've got my finger on the pulse of the leaders in the different industries who are either representing companies, rolling out new products and services, who are creating different types of metaverses. Some have no application to what we're doing as professionals. Others that you've heard me talk about, like EngageVR.io, Spatial.io, Glue.work, beautiful metaverses that just lend themselves to the professional services. Pay attention to what you see me doing and don't get left behind. Definitely spend some time each day studying a different component of Web3. Spend time each day on one or more metaverses. Many of these platforms you can set up for free. Many of these platforms are very inexpensive to use, less expensive than Zoom. And so get familiar with the platforms. Pick one platform and start with Engage VR.io or Spatial.io, and using your desktop, using your laptop, create an account and get involved in the space and get a feel for how to move around and create an avatar and interact with other people. Eventually, get a headset, get an Oculus Quest 2, $300. It's wireless. It integrates with and it's compatible with all the top platforms. Yes, there are better headsets out there that cost 10 times as much. They're also 10 times as complicated to use. Yes, there's new technology. It's going to be rolling out over the next, I don't know, 6 to 12 months, especially with the next Oculus that's coming out. But for right now, I would get an Oculus and I would start spending an hour a day getting comfortable in these spaces. I'll tell you that after probably, I'm going to say maybe 10 to 15 hours of doing all the above, I got to the point where I was more comfortable coming into these spaces than maybe the comfort level I experienced after my fifth, sixth, or seventh deposition. What I'm saying is it's not complicated. You just need to do it. And once you get in there and you start getting comfortable with one particular metaverse, what you're going to find is as you bounce over to other metaverses, as you start bringing in other related technology, you set up your digital MetaMask wallet, for example, you start looking at creating NFTs to complement your marketing and branding, or you have third parties help you with this. What you're going to find is all of the above is probably the least complicated part of my day, especially when it compares to litigating cases, responding to discovery, preparing motions or oppositions to motions, all much, much more complicated than anything I've talked about up to this point in the video, believe it or not. But it took about 10 to 15 hours to get to that level, and you can do the same thing. I'm doing this video because I don't want anyone to be left behind. I'm telling you guys what social media has done for me in my brand and the people that it's allowed me to meet, the stages it's allowed me to speak from, the business connections and opportunities that it's brought into my life. And there's been a lot. None of that compares to what we're seeing right now with Web3 technology and especially the metaverse. And I just needed to get this off my chest and just be real with everybody. I don't want to see anybody left behind. This is the real deal. This is changing everything that we know for all of the reasons I've already talked about. Even if you don't understand it, even if you don't get it, even if you think it's not for you, that's fine, but you're making a decision that it's not for you. And you're also making a decision limiting your chances of future success. I feel very strongly about that. So I wanted to be able to do this video, get it out there, and just, I don't want to have to tell anybody I told you so. That's not why I'm doing this. But I do care about my friends, especially in the digital communities, those of you that are in Legal Minds. My private Legal Minds consulting clients are, without exception, are all in when it comes to Web3 or the metaverse. There's no exceptions. It's kind of mandatory, but that's another conversation for another time. It's a little bit different than what we've been doing in Legal Minds the last 4 or 5 years. But please, start off with a single metaverse and get comfortable with it. Get your headset. Don't just game with your headset. Use it for business, okay? Get the NFT handbook by Fortnow and Harrison Terry. great A to Z on NFTs, but it also talks about Web3, blockchain, smart contracts, Chapter 9's the legal issues associated with it. And by the way, when we talk about legal issues, if you're in a position as a lawyer or as an accountant, where you can, or as a consultant, where you can take what you learn over the next 60 to 90 days in the Web3 and metaverse spaces and start complementing the services that you can provide to assist clients and customers in these new spaces. I'm telling you, I've never seen the opportunity. I've never seen the opportunity in the legal profession like I am right now with respect to all the new legal services, the legal issues, litigation, different legal challenges. Right now, it's greater than I've ever seen in my life. I would give anything in the world to be back to my first or second year of practicing law. There's more opportunity right now for lawyers than probably over the last 100 years when it comes to the legal profession. Things are changing. Yes, it's all technology oriented, but you don't have to be a coder. What you have to understand is traditional contract law, traditional IP law, traditional negotiation skills and communication skills. All of these things apply in the digital space. What works with respect to contract law offline works in a Web3 or metaverse environment. And so the lawyers out there that, after spending time and wrapping their head around these new concepts, are going to appreciate the fact that it's not really something new. It's just a different space to do what we've always done, in the digital and virtual worlds. And traditional law, whether it's contract, IP, securities, finance, business development, entity creations, whatever it might be, they all apply 10 times more in today's world than even 5 years ago. So for all of the above reasons, I wanted to shoot this video and frankly, put the ball in your court as to what you do with this information next. Right now, whatever you feel you've watched me do on social media over the years, okay, it's a peanut in a world full of elephants when we look at the upside potential, the opportunities, the possibilities, the global acceptance, and the global change that the Web3 and Metaverse is bringing all of us. And that's why you see me doubling, tripling, and quadrupling down on content revolving around the Metaverse. Yes, I'm interested in it, but I'm also already seeing the results. And I've got my finger on the digital pulse of Web3 and the Metaverse. I'm talking to the right people. I'm watching things happen in real time. And what we're experiencing right now, and I think a lot of us are too close to the forest to see the trees, but what we're experiencing right now is going to change the way we interact and do business and service our customers and our clients and our patients moving forward. Get started now. Learn more about what I've talked about. Reach out if you have any questions, and be that professional that's taking the time and taking the effort right now, so that 4 or 5 years from now, you're going to be the OG. You're going to be the GOAT. You're going to be that person who started back when nobody else was even thinking about this. And by the way, this isn't too late to start. Web3 and the Metaverse, this is brand new stuff. Yes, it's been around a long time, but nobody was playing in these sandboxes. And now with the ease of use and for all the other reasons I've already mentioned, now's the time to dive in. And if you do so today, 4 or 5 years from now, you're going to be the OG, okay, of these platforms. And that would make my day if you take the time to make that happen. And that's it. My name is Mitch Jackson. For those of you that know me, reach out with any questions. And if you don't know me, reach out. And I'm super busy, but I'll try to get back to you. And listen, between now and the next time, hopefully I will see you in real life. We've got some big events coming up. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody, on traditional digital platforms. And for those of you that are ready to meet with me in the different metaverse spaces, I'm always willing to meet with you there too. So follow my post, follow my links, try to pay attention to what I'm sharing. I think it's the most relevant content, and just duplicate what I'm doing. And I think you'll be positioning yourself for success for many, many years to come. All right. Take care. Make it a masterpiece. Bye-bye, everybody.